Hey there, it's Hillary, and today I'm going to be doing a Scholastic unboxing. I placed an order for some books for my kids for Christmas, don't tell, and I went ahead and I got some things for myself that were really cheap and that I had been on the hunt for a while. Because I used to teach, I don't necessarily teach anymore. I work at a daycare. I still have the perks of being a teacher, that I can use my Scholastic code and have the books sent to the school that the daycare is affiliated with. I can shop as a teacher and I can earn free books when I purchase books for my kids. So that's usually what I do. I tend to order from Scholastic maybe a couple of times a year when it gets close to Christmas and like around Easter time, because I like to give them books for both of those holidays. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna open it up and see what I got for myself. I know it looks like a ton of things in this box, but I actually don't pay as much as it looks like in this box because, like I said, I earn things for free and I save up points and I can use my points to cash in for books as well. So I really didn't pay very much at all for what's in this box. So the first thing in the box I actually got as a set, but I went ahead and unwrapped it, and it's the Fairy Tale Reform School, and it's the set. I believe there's one more book in the set, but this is the first 4 books. So the first one is Flunked, Switch, Tricked, and Charmed, and I think there is one more, but I can't remember what the name of that one is called. I find these really interesting. I love fairy tale retellings, and that is what this whole series is about, and I can't wait to read them. So I'll show you all the different covers. Now, I'm not sure which book each one is a retelling of. I don't know very much about the series, but I remember reading the synopsis for the first one and being super intrigued by it, and I spent points to get this one. I didn't spend any money, and I got all 4 books in a plastic sealed package. And I love when I get the books through Scholastic because they're all the same size and they're going to all match on my bookshelf. The next thing that's in my box is the House of Hades by Rick Riordan. It's actually the only one on my shelf. As you can see over here, I have the other 4. I have read this one, but I wanted this one to complete my set, although I am kind of sad because this one is the paperback and all the rest are hardback, so it's not going to match. I'm going to have to rearrange my Rick Riordan section over there because I'm not going to be able to have them stacked the way they are with a paperback in the middle, so I'm going to have to rearrange those. But I am excited to finally have that one on my shelf. I've been on the hunt for it from the Goodwill and other places because I really wanted it in hardback, but I went ahead and I saw it and it wasn't very much at all. It was only like maybe $3 or $4, and it's brand new, so I went ahead and picked that one up. The next thing in my box is the Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I really want to read this around Christmas time. I think it would be a fun book to read. I've always really enjoyed the movie, and I know they've had tons of different movie adaptations of it. They had the Muppet one, they had the one with Jim Carrey, they had tons of different Christmas Carol movies, but I don't think I've actually ever read the book. So I want to read it. It's quite small, so I think it should be an easy read since I'm pretty familiar with the story, so I should be able to go through it pretty quickly, and I'd love to be able to say that I've actually read the book. The next thing in my box is another one of those things that I want to read really badly, and that is The Secret Garden. I've never read this. I think I've seen the movie, but it was probably a long time ago when I was a kid, and this one was another one. This book was only like $2 on their website, and I think it's really cool. I don't know much about this story, but I do want to read it, and it's pretty small. It's not quite 300 pages, so I think I'm going to give that a try. Probably not till after the new year, though. Maybe in the spring? I'm not sure. The next thing that I got, I'm not disappointed, but I didn't realize when I bought it that it was part of a series. It is, I don't even know if you can read the cover because it's shiny. It's Mistress of All Evil. I don't know if you can see that it's down there. But this is a book where Maleficent is the main character, although I did not realize when I got it that this is book number 4 in the Villain series by Serena Valentino. And I did look up, like, should you read the other books before, or is this just she's wrote a whole bunch of books about different villains? I did read online that it is one where if you don't read the previous ones, you'll be a little bit confused because there are things that happen that tie into the later stories. So I'm gonna have to go back and see if I can find the other 4 or the other 3. There is one after this one, but I do want to read this series because it sounds really interesting. I was thinking they were all written about different villains, but it's not. They are all tied together. So I am looking forward to giving this series a try. I love reading villain stories. I think they're really interesting and I really like villains. Take that with a grain of salt because I don't necessarily like villains in books. Like, I don't like bad people, but I love stories where you get a different side of the villain, or why a villain is the way they are, or a total like role reversal story. I'm gonna attempt to do a video on some of like the best books that I've read about villains, the villain story, the role reversals, the things like that. I'm gonna try to make a video on it. I just have to go through all my books and think of the best ones that I've read. The next thing in my box is another Rick Riordan book. I am trying to collect like all of his other books. I got one not too long ago. It's his like Greek gods story, and it actually looks really cool. So this one is like, I think, a short story collection, and this one is Demigods and Magicians, and it's Percy and Annabeth meet Canes. So I think I'm going to read the Kane Chronicles and then maybe read this one. I think that's probably how you should go about that because I haven't read the Kane Chronicles. So I think if I read this one, I might be really confused because I don't know who the Canes are. I plan to read that one after I read the Kane Chronicles, although if you can see on my shelf behind me, I only have the first book in the Kane Chronicles, but my local library does have the other 2, so I think eventually I'm going to read the Kane Chronicles. I'll read the one I have and then I'll check out the other 2 from the library. I want to do that soon. I've read like everything else that Rick Riordan has wrote. Not all of his short stories, but like all of his main series, and I'm up to date on the Trials of Apollo. I've read all 3 Magnus Chase. I've read both sets of the Percy Jackson. So I'm up to date on all of those, but I haven't read the Kane Chronicles. The next one that I have in this box, I was really excited. Like, you have no idea how excited. So I actually got a copy of Victoria Schwab's City of Ghosts. I know this book is pretty new. I think it came out in September, maybe the end of August, one of the 2. But this is a paperback edition, and this was on their website for $4. It was one of their specials that they were running, and I knew that I had to have this. I am so intrigued to read this. I've read a few Victoria Schwab / V.E. Schwab. I'm not sure which books go with which name, but I'm excited to read this one. And I'm planning on reading her Vicious and Vengeful. I plan on reading those soon as well. So I'm planning on reading a lot of like Victoria Schwab, V.E. Schwab books in the near future. The next thing that's in the box, I believe, is a comic book style book. I thought it was a book when I got it, but it's just this short, small comic book, and I'm pretty excited to read this. I don't read a lot of comics, but this one sounded interesting to me. It's Ms. Marvel. And I have always really enjoyed superheroes. I liked X-Men when I was growing up. I don't know if that's because my dad was a huge like X-Men, Marvel fan, so I don't know if some of that rubbed off on me, but I was pretty interested in reading this one. And like I said, it's comic book style, so it should be pretty short to read. And depending on the story, I might let my daughter read it. She's only 8, but she is very into superheroes right now. For Halloween, she's being Batgirl, and if it's not too much, then I might let her read it. This last thing I thought was really interesting. It's probably for children, but I might end up giving it as a gift to someone. One of my Secret Santa for book club is really into Harry Potter. I don't think that gives anything away as to who I have. I don't know if she'll be watching this video or not, but I don't think it will give anything away because a couple of the people in my book club are really into Harry Potter. But this is the Harry Potter Marauders map. It's a really cool book because it comes with this wand, and the wand is like battery operated, and when you use it, here's a picture on the back, it like shines a little light and things pop up in the book. So the book is really cool. It's full of pictures and they open up and then you would shine your little light on them, and I just thought it was really cool. It's full of photographs and facts, and it's just so cool looking. I was thinking about keeping it for myself, but like I said, I think I might give it to one of my friends for Christmas. And then if I end up liking one, I know where I got it, so I can go and get myself one. But I just thought it was really cool, and if she thinks it's too young for her or childish, then she can give it to her 2 children. So those are all the things that I got. It looked like a lot of stuff. There was like 12 books. One of them came as a 4-pack. But like I said, I didn't spend hardly anything at all because I used some points and I earned some things for free, and I actually bought more things than that because some of the things that I bought for my children, and I didn't show you any of those things. I guess I could have. If you guys are interested in seeing some of the stuff that I get for my kids in these videos, let me know down in the comments if that's something that you're interested in. If you'd like to see what my kids are into or what I buy for my kids. If you liked this video, please feel free to leave me a like, and if you'd like to see more videos by me, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!